Hey there guys, Frankomatic here, and hey look! It's Bokosuka Wars. You may recall I played this a very long time ago, and didn't really give it a fair shake. Well, I learned that this year is in fact the 33rd anniversary of Bokosuka Wars. Ain't that something? The other thing I learned at the Tokyo Game Show is that they are making a sequel to Bokosuka Wars, and it is in fact coming out, in Japan at least, on November 10th of this year. Wow, I'm not getting very lucky at all. Whoop. So I figured, in honor of the fact that this game is getting a sequel after all this time... I'm gonna forget this controller, I'm gonna just use the keyboard for this. In honor of the fact that this game is getting a sequel after all this time, I figured I would, you know, give it a slightly more fair shake. Okay, look, we got a dude. So in this game, the object is to get your king, the white character, safely 500-odd squares to the left to defeat the evil Lizard King man. Oh wow, this peasant is actually doing a good job. And to do that, we need to find subjects that are trapped in the trees. The first guy I got, who is now gone Super Saiyan, is a peasant. They start out pretty miserable, but if they survive a few fights, they become ninja, who are usually better. But this game is pretty RNG heavy, so it doesn't always work in your favor. The real puzzle of this game is maneuvering everything around. Because as you can see, everybody moves at once. If you push the button, you can change it to just move your peasants / ninjas, or just your knights. But we don't have any knights at the moment. You can also just move your king if you want. But again, even doing that, every unit of that type moves at once. So fine control is not really the biggest option. Or an option at all, really. Down in the bottom right, you can see the relative strength of the units currently in battle. Your units do get stronger as they win fights, up to a limit. The ninja now has 200 power, compared to these guys' 10. Your king will also get stronger if he wins fights, but that doesn't matter, because as you can see, the 10 power lame-o dude just murdered my ninja. And my king. Wow, you lose. So generally, the secret is to try to keep your king out of fights. Not always possible. Let's see if I can maybe actually get some more dudes this time. There we go, there's a knight. Oh, you can also see the K down there. That is the strength of the king. Your king is generally going to be a little bit buffer than most of your dudes. Oop, come here. But knights and such can surpass him eventually. Alright, let's phalanx up here a little bit. There we go. Gotta bump into every tree and see if there are dudes in it. Generally, you're probably better served trying to avoid fights if you can, but you also need your guys to get better. Which they can only do through fighting. Well, there went my knight. Rip. Whoop. The other important thing to note is that enemy units cannot initiate combat with your units. You have to move into them. So in theory, if you are super careful, you can walk through anything but the largest crowds of dudes without getting into a fight. Other things of note, in the upper left, you can see a count next to a blue square of 175, and a count with a white square of 48. Those are the amount of enemy and friendly units around. So there are 48 surviving friendly units. I believe that does not count the king. I could be wrong about that, though. Quit dodging my dudes. Get over here. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, the peasant has a starting strength of 40, so getting them up to gold level really helps them out a lot. So as you would expect, the higher strength unit usually wins, but not always, because this game is kind of a jerk. I really wanted to try and level up my knight a little bit there, but I guess that ain't happening. Okay. God damn it. I just want a knight who's good. Man, these peasants are actually tearing it up this run. Oop, he's dead. Oh, and since we made it far enough to see one this time, right here is a bunch of peasants trapped in a cage. If we had a surviving knight, he could bust through this cage to free them, but we don't. So they are trapped forever. Oh, that's unfortunate. I did not want to run into that guy. Oh well, I won. It's okay. These walls can only be broken by your king, so if you actually have a surviving army, you need to clear the way for your units. There are a few of those along the way. I forget how far apart they are. Alright. I've screwed up. Okay, the king survived, though. It's alright. God damn it, knights. Alright, okay, we got... Whoop! Hey, 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 hey. You. Come with me. There we go. A lot of people rag on this game for being bad, and it's a little RNG happy. That is painfully obvious. But I wouldn't say it's, like, as bad as a lot of people actually claim it is. It's like a really super early and not extremely well done RTS style thing. Aha, we have a ninja again. Also, the king can just cut right through these big trees like they're nothing. But your regular dudes cannot. Shit. Everybody's dying. Knight, save me. Die in the service of your king, probably. You did, good job. I would have preferred it if you had stayed alive a little bit longer. Now this is about to end with me losing. Any second now, any one of these dudes will just end me. Whoop! Thought I was going to be slick and get around him. No, survived. I don't think the king gets a golden form, sadly. But he can get pretty buff. I think he can be the strongest of your dudes. Alright, we've made it about 200 meters. That's actually kind of respectable. So this game is totally winnable, playing it correctly. It requires a lot of luck. These jerks are just the worst. Please get out of my face, thank you. Most of the good king's forces are dead. This is not boding well. Now, I probably shouldn't have sent my knight to his death against the blue man, because I think you might have to kill the purple dude to get rid of those dudes. It's been a while since I've gotten this far. Said you can take advantage of the fact that the enemies can't start a fight with careful maneuvering, but they will go out of their way to make it hard. Oh hey, a peasant. Holy shit. Peasant, please. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. Peasant, lead the way. Also, probably die in the service of your king. So at this point, we're getting pretty into the enemy lands. And now their upgraded dudes are starting to show up, which basically means that we're kind of boned. Well, this peasant is putting up a good show. Yeah, you show him who's boss, buddy. Kill those dudes. Well, that was cool while it lasted. And this is the point where, with no army, this game is essentially all over but the crying, unless I get super lucky. I can't believe I've won this many fights in a row. I think 320 is the maximum the king can get at, which is stronger than everything but the final boss, I believe. It might be stronger than the final boss, too. I legit do not remember. I'm also not sure if any of these bricks can become dudes. Yeah, I gotta just kind of dance around these enemies. So I really don't want to fight them. There's a bunch more peasants I can't rescue. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's see if we can find some dudes before we run into more enemies. I might be beyond the point. Oh, no, there's a peasant. Hi. Good to see you, friend. Do you have any friends? Because we could use one, and that would be my controller turning off. Apologies. Knight, be useful. Please don't die instantly. God damn it. Why is this guy such a badass? I forget if it's the case, but the enemies might actually get stronger if they kill your dudes, too. Which is a cool gameplay feature. Alright, please, Mr. Knight. God damn it. Just one of you! Why have you been so terrible? The peasants have been better than the knights. Why? Why does this happen? Well, this game is slow and the music is driving me crazy, so I think, having shown how to play it a little more close to properly, I will call that good for now. And in case you don't believe me that there is in fact a Bokosuka 2 in the works here in Japan, in the description I will put a link to the website. I can also tell you that I have played the demo they had of it, and it plays very similarly. The demo had a special setup that gave you an army to start out with. But it played the same, except everything moves a bit more smoothly. It's not quite as clunky. While you lose is still in full effect. Which is good. It wouldn't be Bokosuka Wars without while you lose. How is my king surviving this massacre? Holy cow. Okay. Go, go, go. I straight up should not have gotten this far. There is absolutely no reason I should have survived this long. Might actually make it to the castle, at least. I don't know if any of these things can turn into dudes either, but I'm gonna bump my body against them and see. It might just straight up be the king going it alone here. Which I'm pretty sure is the, storyline of the Greek tragedies. Gonna die in the castle here, probably. So you can't really dodge these dudes. They are right in the way. This would totally be the time for you to, carefully line up all your guys. In a manner where your king is at the very back. Aha, the green dudes. They are the toughest enemy. That isn't the final boss. Let's see if I can get around this guy without having to... Nope. Yeah, 250, they are incredibly buff. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm still alive. Holy crap. We are 17 columns away from where the boss is. I'm pretty sure this is the closest I've ever got to legitimately getting to the end of this without relying on cheating with save states. Ah, well. If I gotten a little bit further, he would have seen that big lizard man in his throne, and he probably would have just killed me, to be fair. But yeah, that is a safer, more real look at how you play Bokosuka Wars. If you want to win, you gotta have better luck with your army not being garbage than I did. Or maybe just avoid battles. I don't know. I am not very good. Anyways, I'm also going to link my Twitch channel in the description, because in the next couple of days I'm probably going to be playing around a bit to see if my current internet connection can allow for streaming. I get the feeling it probably won't work very well, but if you check it, you might see me screwing around a little bit, just to see if it's going to work at all. Anyways, later guys.